Don in London, hello, and it's March 23rd, 2009, Monday morning, just coming up to 9 o'clock, and my videos all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance, alcohol, it could have been anything. My behaviour, workaholic, relationshipaholic, foodie, I guess, as well, and any sort of behaviour you might consider to be at the extremes where it's addictive. So what's the difference between an alcoholic and some other form of holic? Not much really, because it's the same ism in the end, the ism of not enough, or the ism of too much, or the ism of not being able to stop doing something which is very harmful to ourselves. So my video is all about recovery, one day at a time, and I do them to help me to understand where I am today. And how do I feel today? My head is full of cold, I'm smiling, life is alright, I'm just getting by, just in the moment now. And I've been reflecting really on the last few months, and a relationship which was on and off and on and off, and the gift is that it taught me so much about me, and I reckon it taught the other person a lot about her. And the gift really is that we get to a place of understanding that we're simply not perfect and we're making progress. And unfortunately it's over, it seems, and there is nothing I can do, and I have to admit powerlessness over people, places and things, and I need to make choices which are good for me. So the choice today, I know how I'm feeling. I feel sad. I've got a funeral to go to tomorrow, and another appointment with the hospital to do with diabetes, clinical depression and neuropathy on Wednesday, so some more support for me, and also a sad day tomorrow. And I guess it's going to be a celebration of a person's life and what that person meant to me as well. And they were a dear friend, and they helped me and supported me, never intruded, never excluded. So those are all good points, if you like, for reflections today. And I went to a really good meeting last night of the Fellowship of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and that saves my life on a daily basis, I reckon, because it gave me a toolkit of 12 steps and a place of fellowship where people are included if they have only one common objective, which is to stay sober for one day. So easy, yet so complicated, because we humans are, and I can make things as complicated as I can in my own head, wanting things my way, when in reality I need to accept and love the way things are today. That's me and everybody else, and that's a hard ask, because people do tread on our toes, and we have all forms of denial in us about our circumstances, and we introduce filters into our lives. And the biggest one for me, of course, was alcohol, and it was such a good filter I didn't even know I was using it. So that's how it is with addiction. We don't know we're there until we're there, and then the devil is how to get out of it, and that's simply one day only, this one day we have. And that is the essence of what the fellowship does. AA does this. Anyway, I'll read out the preamble, which is shared at every meeting, so you have a clue. And please remember, I do not speak for AA, never will. I can only speak from my experience and what it has done for me. But it's useful to use the tools of the program because it's keeping me alive. And here we go, the preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And if you have a different substance, which is a narcotic, or you have a particular behaviour, which could be eating, or overindulging in any way which has become addictive, there is a fellowship out there which concentrates on that particular substance or behaviour that may be bothering you to the point of not being able to stop. And if it hadn't been alcohol, I don't know what it would have been. I'm sure it would have been something else. And in the fellowship, in the fellowship, we know that if we're not drinking, we can probably get some sort of ism happening in a different way. But the ism I like mostly now is the one day ism of living in the moment. and that connects really well with the, I suppose, the measures that can be applied to one's recovery. In the fellowship, it's about spiritual, emotional and physical well-being, and they're all contingent on all three. So if we're down physically, then our emotional down happens, and spiritually we can lose ourselves in our history or be losing ourselves in fear of the future. So spiritual, emotional and physical are the only measures which make any sense when it comes to recovery from addiction to substances and behaviour. That's for me. Other people will have different ideas, but I know my self-will ran riot in the end, and I couldn't stop it. No matter what amount of willpower I could muster, it could not stop me from my addiction. Anyway, what helps me besides going to fellowship meetings and hearing the experience, strength and hope of other people, their wisdom, are the books and the literature which I share here. And this one here, Daily Reflections, is it's a 1 page per day. And if you need to read more, just to get some solid grounding to help get through the day, you can read as many pages as you like. But the Daily Reflections is 12 months, 365 days. But the 12 months and 12 steps of the action programme go together. So for March, it's all about the step 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. And I keep on emphasising it's the God of your understanding, it's not the collective understanding of God in AA, because of course we are unique, authentic people, and we come to an understanding of what God may be in our lives, whether we have I say this because I can be this way. I can be an agnostic for part of my time, an atheist for part of my time, and then a believer in God for another part of my time. It really depends on my life experiences and the experience of living now. So where do I get some sort of temperance and understanding around God? I get it from what I've heard from other people and also my experience of life. So when somebody asks me, what does God represent to you? I would say God is truth, God is love, and God works through people. And it's a very practical way of understanding where wisdom comes from. It's the collective good of good conscience for me, and that's just me. I would not want to trample on the toes of anybody else. But the reading for today in the Daily Reflections goes like this: and no more reservations. We have seen the truth again and again. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. If we're planning to stop drinking, there must be no reservation of any kind, nor any lurking notion that someday we will be immune to alcohol. To be gravely affected, one does not necessarily have to drink a long time, nor take the quantities some of us have. This is particularly true of women, and I would challenge that. I think it's true of everybody. Potential female alcoholics often turn into the real thing and are gone beyond recall in a few years. Well, a man must have written that, I guess. That comes from AA's Big Book, page 33. But the thing is, whether you're addicted or not is the issue. If you've got an addiction, you deal with it. Either it kills you, or you try and get well in some way. It goes on to say, these words are underlined in my book. They are true for men and women alcoholics. On many occasions I've turned to this page and reflected on this passage. I need never fool myself by recalling my sometimes differing drinking patterns, or by believing that I am cured. I like to think that, if sobriety is God's gift to me, then my sober life is my gift to God. I hope God, all good conscience for me, is as happy with His gift as I am with mine. And absolutely I do believe that I have got a gift on a daily basis, the spiritual connection to now. And I can breathe easy because I don't have to drink today. And, well, I'm not breathing too easy with a cold, but it's just the way it is. But last night it was really good to hear different people and their experiences and their strength and hope and wisdom. And we're all so different, and those drinking stories are never the same. But the outcome is the same. We are bedeviled, and we need to stay in recovery one day at a time. So we end the meeting always with the Serenity Prayer here in London, which goes like this: God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And simply gaining the wisdom to know the difference, whether serenity offers a sad day or a happy day, is just as it may be, just for today.